Hello, YouTube. Thank you very much for watching my channel. Today's YouTube video, what I want to talk to you guys a little bit about. In today's video, I want to give you guys my 4 tips if you guys are ever playing a play, either Need for Speed Rivals or like one of those games. So I hope you guys are ready for this video because I am. Without further ado, let's get this video started. So the first thing that I would like to tell you guys, which is really big, and this is like a brand new area. It's like number one, if you guys go around and like listen to their radio feeds, their radio areas, their different places, or like just go check those places out. The biggest thing is like 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 the thing that does not make any sense, like on Need for Speed Rivals, is that sometimes playing Need for Speed Rivals is that game sometimes just does not make any sense. So for instance, like if you guys like go to, like, let's just say the town that's built in, and you guys like to play as the racer. Like almost everywhere and anywhere, you guys could find a cop, and a cop is either on like the interstate or like different areas like those, or they might sneak you and go into like this area that has a lot of big hills so they can like upright you, which does not make any sense. So with that being said, my first tip is just try to make sure, if you guys are going to be playing a racer, just try to understand the road first as being as a cop, okay? So with understanding the road and just doing that by all means, is that you guys got so many like different areas and so many different places, which makes that really kind of interesting. So so the first thing is, whenever you guys are immediately just picking out the right areas and just immediately just like going around, you guys got, like, for instance, like 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 one of my favorite games, like back then, like playing Star Wars. Star Wars was like one of my favorite games back then, like whenever I was a kid. And my game that I mainly played was this game right here. Uh, this game right here, Star Wars Battlefront, which was like one of my favorite games. That's until my second game, the biggest game that I like most definitely, is that it's a Star Wars Battlefront 2. I got to play as more factions on each island. So like the first idea is like whenever you guys are like immediately just going around and picking out those direct areas, the biggest thing is to know is that whenever you guys are like going around, you guys are thinking about playing as like starships in the so the first thing is the starships in Star Wars. I wish they had that in real life, which is really big for me. And and like another thing, the second thing is like whenever playing Star Wars and you guys are like playing as the CIS, which is like the droids, you guys just gotta think that the clones are going to strike you first because they got like these big planets and stuff, which is really kind of interesting. So another thing also, so another thing also that 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 kind of does not make any sense is that whenever you guys are like going around, you guys are like picking out your different choices and stuff. You guys got so many different areas and so many areas that makes that really kind of interesting. So the first thing is that makes that look really interesting is that if you guys immediately just go around, click out the right frequency, like click out the right areas, like go around to those areas. Like sometimes in like Battlefront 2, if you guys are like closer to a unit, you guys can ask that unit follow me, which is really kind of interesting too. Now another thing also, and this is another thing also that I think is really kind of interesting, and this is the thing that I wish that they brought back in Star Wars Battlefront 2. It's like all the different Kashyyyk maps because you guys got like Kashyyyk Islands, you guys got where the main story happened in Star Wars on the attack of the clones, like right here, but just thinking about using that at a single minute, you guys got so many different problems at so many different areas. So another thing also, and this is the biggest thing that I gotta tell you guys, which is really the biggest thing of all, is that whenever there's like different factions, there's like different areas. Now the biggest thing to know about Geonosis is that Geonosis has several different areas. Like for instance, like on Star Wars Battlefront 2, you guys can play as the Jedi's and as the galactic heroes, which is really kind of interesting by all means. Which is another thing also, which I think is really the bestest thing that I think is really kind of interesting. Another thing, also the biggest thing that that what I like to do in like a single minute is that like whenever I play Star Wars Battlefront, I use that to play that game for a lot. I sometimes like to play as a Jedi, so that's whenever I switch to like Star Wars Battlefront 2, whenever I was like growing up, which is the biggest thing of all, which is really kind of interesting. So another thing also, and another thing, the biggest thing that I gotta tell you guys, which is really kind of interesting, is that like Rich Van Var, okay, like you only see that in Star Wars Battlefront only one time, okay? Like Rich Van Var, if you are going to be playing that, why don't you play that in another episode of Star Wars called called Star Wars Battlefront 2. And that's another thing, the reason why that I like playing the PlayStation 2 so much whenever I was growing up. And Star Wars Battlefront 2 are mostly part of my favorite games. So so they also got several different areas, like for like picturing those areas. Like for instance, like like another thing. Also, the biggest thing that I gotta tell you guys is another thing that I liked about Star Wars Battlefront is this, like the beginning. And another thing that I liked about Star Wars Battlefront 2 is like they played like movie showings in the beginning, which was really kind of interesting by all means. And another thing also, the second thing is the third thing is like like with me playing Star Wars Battlefront 2, is that like whenever I go around to like my favorite area, and my favorite area is like Star Wars Battlefront 2 and Star Wars different areas like those, which is really kind of interesting. And the biggest thing that what I really did like about playing that game is that they got so many like different areas. So the first area is kind of convenient because the first area you guys got is like Rios and like for instance, if you guys go there to Hoth, that's the rebels' home planet. So you guys got to see like their computers that they use, their radios, their different stuff like that, which is really kind of interesting. Another thing, also, the biggest thing that made Star Wars Battlefront really kind of cool is that Star Wars Battlefront, like whenever you guys are like playing that game, and you guys are like checking out those places, you guys are like using those areas for like a big merge investigation. The biggest thing is whenever you guys are like playing that game, you guys are going around to like check out the different places. The biggest thing is this right here. So like the map. This right here was like one of my favorite parts of the entire game. And like choosing your side, like doing all that. That's the biggest thing, to like pick out the location, which is really kind of interesting. And the biggest thing that I gotta tell you guys, and the biggest thing of all, which makes that really kind of interesting, is that like playing Star Wars and like doing like Star Wars like every single day. This made me like live the movie, which was really kind of interesting. Which honestly, the movie was like one of my favorite things ever, because doing the movie, like doing that, just like checking it out, the movie had its own errors and stuff. Like hardly in the Star Wars movie, you only showed like Rich Van Var only one time, not the second time, which was really kind of weird. And and for instance, like you guys play like Galactic Conquest, and the biggest thing of playing like Galactic Conquest and like going around and like checking out that different area, you guys got so many different areas that make it look really, really the biggest thing of all, and the biggest thing of all that myself that I honestly learned from playing that game is that you guys are going to find some hard missions. And I know the hard missions are either going to be like Tatooine or like my favorite hard mission had been Hoth because Hoth was one of the main ones that made it really difficult for all means. And the biggest thing of all that made Hoth the most interesting game of the battle what what was if you guys remember like in the second movie of like The Empire Strikes Back is that's where like they played Hoth and they started to play like the Dagobah system, which you guys can only play like on Star Wars Battlefront. And another thing, also the biggest thing of all, is that sometimes like playing Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2, you guys can get into major mixes. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, thank you very much for watching. This video I did not tell you what it's called. It's called My Thoughts on Playing Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2. Have a great day.